I mean, that was confusing for me. It's still confusing for me. But I noticed myself getting clearer about it. It's all God. No matter what it looks like. There's just nothing else anything could possibly be. Now that in itself is a big revelation. But I didn't find it especially comforting initially, because if it's all God and it looks like this, it looks like a crazy world filled with hostile tribes, warring tribes. If that's all God, if that's the way God is expressing himself, herself, and it sure seems to be like that, then that seemed to imply the continuation, the eternal continuation of obvious horribleness. And so I found myself divided in my excitement about the fact that it is all a God, because it seemed to imply that God is a mess. And that we're doomed to an eternal existence that keeps culminating in successive deaths. But if it's all God, which is what it feels like, if it's all the one being itself in infinite self-expression, then that means the true nature of manifest creation is not what I thought it was. What I thought it was an incomplete assessment of that which is. If it's all God, then no individuated part of itself is ever actually at odds with any other individuated aspect of itself. It means that there is no enemy, which means that whenever you are defining someone else as an enemy, then you're mistaken. You're not a horrible person for being mistaken, but you are assessing the situation incorrectly. And because of that, you will suffer the consequences. You will experience the natural consequences of believing that you are a mortal existence in the middle of a hostile environment. If that's what you think is happening, of course you're going to feel anxious. Of course. And your body will get sick. And you will think that you are sick. But your body is just out picturing your current belief system. And when your belief system, when your assessment about the something that really is happening is in closer agreement with that which is really what's happening, then you will experience more harmony, more health, less uptightness, less dissonance, less dis-ease, more ease. And you'll come to realize and experience the fact that the true nature of being is the ease of conscious being. And that dis-ease, is the evidence of a conflicted mind. It's the evidence of a conscious individuality who is making an assessment about the predicament they find themselves in. But making an inaccurate assessment, such as thinking you are a mortal being in the middle of a hostile environment, and that therefore you have every reason on earth to tense up, densify, and be self-protective. And live with the background feeling tone of chronic fear. As what you think is just the natural, intelligent response to the environment you think you're in. But if you start to realize, oh, I was mistaken about what's actually happening. I'm not a mortal in the middle of a hostile environment. I am a conscious being the center of not finite, infinite, conscious being, supreme being, the ease of being, and me being the specific self-expression of that conscious infinity. Again, like a wave popping up out of the ocean. You as the wave are the entirety of the ocean in specific and unique self-expression. You as the infinity of mind are the specific and unique self-expression of infinite conscious being. That is what you are. And as you relax and pay attention to what it feels like to be you, you will begin to experience the ananda of Sat Chit, the joy of conscious being. And just let it feel like subtle joy initially. And that's just a really good reason to meditate, to sit quietly and experience life live from right there where you are, being itself as what you are. And so when you feel you, you're not just feeling into specific little you alone, because there is no such thing as specific little you alone. You only exist because the totality is erupting as itself, as you, right there where you are. You are, I am, the specific and unique self-expression of the entirety. Therefore, you are the entirety. You are the one mind. In fact, everything is the one mind. And when you begin to realize that everything is the one mind, being itself as that specific and unique thing, you'll then relax because there's nothing other than you. There is no enemy. And that's all it takes. And so do it while you can. Do it in moments when you can. Sit quietly and relax. and experience the fact that when you, like the wave on the ocean, relax into yourself and feel you, you are actually feeling into the infinity, which is being you. And thereby, you will begin to experience yourself as that. Except that won't be that. That will be this. I am that. I am this.